What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful.com, here with a name you know. You see her every Wednesday, 8 p.m., NXT on the USA Network. You're going to see her this Sunday, NXT Takeover WarGames, leading her team into battle. Shotzi Blackheart, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. We got a lot to get into there. There's so much War Games. You're getting an opportunity to lead your team against really some of the toughest competition in women's wrestling right now. How are you feeling heading into that?
I'm just really excited. I've never had a cage match before, but it excites me. Anytime metal or weapons get involved, I'm all for it.
That's something I wanted to ask you, because this isn't the first women's War Games match, but it's one of the first. Have you sort of surveyed the landscape and asked any of your colleagues, what am I to expect here? How is this going to work?
You know, I have been watching, going back and watching a lot of War Games matches, but no, I haven't really sought any help. I've been pretty busy working on my new tank.
Nice. Any plans, anything you can kind of lend to us, like any neat gadgets you got working out there?
It's just going to be bigger and ballsier.
You need to like hook one of those Nerf rocket launchers on the front of it. Like,
oh, I have something even better than that.
okay. So as you're approached and you're told, hey, you're going to be in a War Games match, what goes through your head? It's been obviously a whirlwind, like 18 months for you.
Well, I have that daredevil kind of style in wrestling, and I have been itching for a brutal match like this. Like, this is everything that I've been waiting for at NXT. I'm coming into my it's been a year now since I've been at NXT, and what a year to cap it off with a War Games match.
And you're in there with some of the top names in NXT. Rhea Ripley, who we saw at WrestleMania facing Charlotte Flair. Candice LeRae, who has developed this new mean streak, as has Toni Storm. But I mean, when you got on a lot of people's radar, they saw your mean streak. There was an Evolve pay-per-view on the WWE Network that featured you doing a lot of the types of things that we could probably expect to see this Sunday.
Yeah. That's what I love to do. That's my favorite. That's my favorite kind of wrestling, is the reckless kind.
So when you got a War Games match, you've seen plenty over time. Are you cooking up ideas in your head like, I'll be able to do this to somebody, I'll be able to do that to somebody? Because we've seen you get pretty innovative to the point of running over Robert Stone multiple times, and how you sort of dish out your punishment.
Oh yes, I'm just cooking up all the different ways I'm going to use my surrounding. The cage. There's so many fun things to do there, right?
And your teammates, you've got Rhea Ripley, you've got Ember Moon there. How are you feeling about this team? Because we've seen them taken out of late. Like, how do you feel going into a match like that, knowing that, I mean, the other team has gotten the best of some of the people on your side of things ahead of time?
That's true, but I have two ex-champions. These girls have been at the top of the women's division, and there's no way we can't conquer.
I mentioned a bit ago, a lot of people first saw you in that Evolve performance, and we see Brandi, who you faced, now with WWE. How are you feeling about that? You're getting familiar foes, new faces, just all around the place now.
Yeah, I've been a little distracted with other women lately,
Yeah.
but, I still got love for Brandi, and I'm really excited that she's here, because I want to bring those matches that we had at Evolve to NXT, because we just left it all in the ring. We beat the crap out of each other, and I love it. So I'd love to beat Brandi's booty again.
How has it been for you to kind of adjust to everything, going from where you were 16 months ago, being signed by WWE, being put on TV? Then, of course, everybody's had a wild 2020. But I mean, you've thrived through it and you're reaching career heights now. How has that transition been for you? Has it been smooth? Has it been an adjustment or a learning experience?
When I first came in, I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if anyone would like me or if, I'd even fit here, but it has been super smooth. Like, I was meant to be here all along, and I'm just being myself. So it's awesome.
So we mentioned how different the War Games match is from other experiences. It's crazy to think next month is the Royal Rumble, like next month. And it feels like the last Royal Rumble was 3 years ago, but you were a part of that. How was that for you to be told you're in a Royal Rumble match? Who gives you the news and says, hey, by the way, you got signed a few months ago, you're in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah. I mean, that was like a text message the night before, hey, get on a plane. You're going to Texas, and then getting there and being like, all right, here's your number. And I'm like, what?
In a baseball stadium at that.
In front of too many people.
So how do you prepare mentally for that? How do you even, do you get any sleep the night before?
No, I was just up in my hotel room just being like, is this real? What is my life?
I mean, was that one of the types of matches? Because, I mean, I know that for someone your age, War Games maybe wasn't around for a while when you were younger, but the Royal Rumble was there every single year. And as your career gets started, they kick off women's Royal Rumbles. I mean, did you have, visions of what you would do when you finally got into a match like that?
Oh, no, not at all. I really didn't even have time to think about it. But the Royal Rumble has always been my favorite pay-per-view. Like, it has the most surprises. It's so much fun to watch. And I was just ecstatic when girls got introduced finally. And to be a part of, the beginning of that, insane.
So when you're in a match like that, obviously you're interacting with some people that maybe you don't get to run into every single day. Did you get any interesting feedback or any advice or any help from anybody that you looked up to, or maybe just that you just met?
I mean, I got some good forearms from Beth Phoenix, and that was enough for me.
And now she's calling your matches on Wednesdays.
I know, it's wild. She's cheering me on and then, beating me up. It's great.
How would you feel about NXT? They've got their own War Games. How would you feel about NXT having their own Rumble? I mean, there's enough talent there for something like that.
Definitely. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm all for it.
So we do a thing here. I think there's a lot of negative wrestling news out there. So what I like to do, I like to go through and have people say nice things about individuals. And we'll start off with you. One of your teammates, Rhea Ripley, she's been atop the mountain at NXT before. Now she's going to be on your side.
Oh, I love Rhea. I love her style. I love her taste in music. I love her attitude. Y'all don't know this, but she's hilarious. She's so much fun to be around. The one time that we tagged together it was so much fun.
We'll switch it up a little bit. Someone you've been across the ring from an awful lot this year, and you will be Sunday, Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai. As much as she pisses me off, that girl kicks hard. All of her, she is Captain Kick, she's amazing. She's amazing in the ring. I really look up to her, even though I can't stand her.
Another person you've been across the ring from, top of the mountain on SmackDown right now, Sasha Banks.
Oh, Sasha. I had that one tag match with her, and I just really want a singles. And she's someone that I've looked up to since the beginning of my wrestling career. Her and Bailey were, big inspirations to me.
Did you see the match she had with her dog, Ryu?
Yes! Oh my goodness! As soon as I was done watching that, I grabbed my dog and I was like, we're gonna wrestle. Let's go! Oh.
You always hear the term they could have a match with a broomstick, and Like she's having good matches with her dog, just randomly.
The psych was really great in that match.
Here's another one for you, Robert Stone.
Oh, Robert Stone.
He makes a satisfying sound when you run over him with a tank. That's pretty nice.
He really does. He really, really does. And you know what? His suits aren't that bad either.
He does have nice suits. I got to give him credit there. He
has
really
a different one, like every day I see him.
Do you think they're rentals or do you think he buys them?
I'm gonna guess that he buys them.
Okay. We'll give him credit there. So in addition to WarGames, in addition to Royal Rumble, you hosted Halloween Havoc, which seems right up your alley. And I'm always interested, again, in how you hear about these things or how you're told, because that is very evident that the company and certain people have confidence in you that you're given a spot like that, or not even given, earned a spot like that. How do you feel and what goes through your mind when you hear that?
Well, I have wanted to be a horror host since I was real young. Like, I looked up to Elvira, Vampira. Like, I watched all the late night horror, local horror shows. And like, when they said that, I was like, oh my God, like, I'm living out another dream through wrestling, and it's crazy. But when I found out, I was actually getting a tattoo, and I had to tell my tattoo artist, like, hey, I have to break for a second. I have to take a call from work. Yeah. And then that's when they told me. And what was extra funny about it is I was getting an Exorcist tattoo.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, yeah, the horror lives on.
You got to be like, oh, hold on a second. I got to take this call about me hosting a cable televised Halloween themed program. Just normal stuff. Yeah. Just normal stuff. Another part of your wild year was being in the Battle Royal on Smackdown, where, again, you're in there wrestling with a whole lot of different people. How was that for you?
Oh, it was so great. I look up to so many of those girls, and SmackDown just has this energy there, like, it's different, and it was wild.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you've been all over the map this year. Royal Rumble, SmackDown, hosting Halloween Havoc. Now you're leading the charge at WarGames. What do you want maybe viewers that haven't seen a WarGames in a while? Because, I mean, we're constantly seeing the lapsed fans return. We're seeing a lot of nostalgia bringing people back in with Halloween Havoc, with things like that. What do you want to let them know about what you guys are going to bring to the table on Sunday?
It's just going to be absolute chaos. Like, that's the way I love to work. And this is the perfect match to just highlight all of that. It's just going to be wild, chaotic. I'm going to bring out that Evel Knievel spirit in me.
So we've got a few matches already set as we stand here. I want your quick thoughts on how this is going to go, because I know that you're focused on yourself, but we got Cameron Grimes, Dexter Lumis in a strap match. I get the feeling like you've seen your fair share of zombie invasions in your day. How do you think that affects the mental state of a Cameron Grimes going into this match?
Yeah, I think he's all messed up, but maybe that's a good thing, He's terrified.
Yes.
So when you're scared, you do some wild things. So maybe he'll take it, but I'm taking Dexter on this one. That's mine.
We've got another Evolve success story. Leon Ruff defending against Gargano and Damian Priest. And he made it known to Damian Priest, he's not a joke. He doesn't want to be treated as such. I think he's going to find a way. I think he's crafty enough to do it. How do you feel about this one?
Leon is not a joke. Leon is my boy. I am so proud of him. Like, I cried when he won. I just, oh my God, like, just thinking about it just gives me chills, because that boy, he deserves it. He earned that spot. And I think he's going to prove that when he's in the ring with Damian and Johnny.
And as we wrap up Undisputed Era against Team McAfee, Pat just had an insane debut, but Undisputed Era has a lot of experience in these matches.
Oh, Pat McAfee's debut match, everything that he did in there, I was like, what? What is going on? How is this your first match? My first match sucked. My first match was terrible. And Pat McAfee's just in there like, doop, 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 doop.
As he was training, I had people messaging me and they're saying, expect it to be even better than Rousey's first. And I'm like, what? How?
Right?
And it was unreal. Well, this Sunday, NXT TakeOver WarGames. Reminder, guys, check out NXT every Wednesday, USA. And you can follow Shotzi on Twitter at Shotzi WWE. Shotzi Blackheart, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Until next time, guys, we're out.